So based off of a discussion that I just had with somebody on Instagram this morning, I wanted to touch on a pretty complex topic. I'm going to try to keep it easy to understand, but that topic is chronic pain and more specifically centralized pain. So this would be somebody who's been in pain for a matter of several years. Somebody who had an injury initially. Let's use the example of, I had a patient that was in a car accident. Initially, the whiplash injury, neck, the back were involved, very high levels of pain as the body's healing. But once the body did heal, the pain persisted. And why is that? And that's not an easy thing to explain, and it's something that actually we're still learning a lot about. Pain science is very complex, so you could think about the simplified version of pain. We more or less think like, okay, you break your arm, pain receptor, you feel pain, arm heals, pain goes away, but that's not really the way that pain works. There's so many inputs that go into our body's processing of pain. It's more than just the simple receptors. Basically, our emotional system is deeply tied in with pain. So one common example that you'll hear is, there's a man running through the jungle, leg brushes against a stick, keeps going, running, a couple miles later, stops, looks down, and there's a snake latched onto his leg. And it's like, then all of a sudden the pain goes through the roof. Why didn't that hurt while the pain was on this guy's leg and he's running, through the jungle? And the reason is because he didn't think much of it. He's like, oh, I just brushed against something. It's a little scratch, because it isn't as simple as like a pain receptor just tells our body, okay, we're in pain. But there's so many inputs that go into it. And this is why somebody who's had an injury, say like this back injury, they were in a car accident, might feel this pain 2 years later, even though if you were to take imaging, you'd say, okay, this person is healed. Like they, more or less are good to go, minor stuff, but they're fine. Like they shouldn't be feeling what they're feeling. But we need to consider the individual's emotional state. Did this person suffer a big financial loss? Did they lose a job? Are there other stressors going on in this person's life? And did anyone educate them that it's safe to move now, or have they developed sort of a fear aversion to movement? And there are so many factors that come into play with pain that it isn't a matter of just take these opioids. We learned that doesn't work to try to mask the pain, right? If you've been in pain for several years and you're still relying on an opioid, I mean, one, obviously, that's a huge issue with addiction. But secondly, like, maybe it isn't a problem of just like tissue was harmed, tissue is broken, and there's pain. There's other components to it, and it's very complex. So we've got to be able to educate people through the other areas, and maybe it isn't just physical therapy. I might not be able to help you with some of the mental issues, but maybe the combination of going to see a physical therapist, guiding you through a graded progression of exercises, getting your body to realize that this movement isn't harmful to your body, in combination with somebody like a mental health therapist that could help you from the other perspective, things that I'm not trained in, that can kind of unwind and find out what are these underlying issues and help you work through that side of it. That tends to be a pretty good combination, but it's not simple, and it takes a little bit longer than healing from just a simple orthopedic injury. But it's important to know that that is an option. And really, if you're one of these people and you're like, I've been in pain for years, and maybe you had some sort of accident a long time ago and nothing's working, just realize that opioids probably aren't going to help you. Buying the latest gadget, the newest stim machine, the latest massage gun, those things might give you some fleeting relief, but it's not going to uncover the solution. So again, a complex topic. I don't know how well I did explaining it to you there, but I'd be happy to talk with you further. If that sounds like you, this is certainly something that I'd be willing to help you with, and you may also want to explore seeing a therapist as well.